I'm delighted now to introduce my colleagues in the music department at Wake Forest University. First is my colleague John Beck. He is here to share with us recreational music making, health rhythms, and the Seniorchestra. So health rhythms, you'll see in your program, is a fun, evidence-based, whole-person strategy which promotes socialization and ensures a healthy, non-strenuous workout. And on a deeper level, it builds bridges while fostering nurturing, supportive, camaraderie-based environments and self-respect for one another. It's not necessarily about drumming, but uses the drum as a tool for communication and personal expression. As dancers, I will tell you, the drum beat is the heartbeat. The heartbeat continues and endures. And so when we hear the drums, you might see some people getting up and dancing too. So John is here. Following that, he will be joined by some colleagues from the music department, Louis Goldstein to his right, Jackie Carrasco, who is somewhere in the, here she is, Susan Fancher, and Brandon Robinson. So I look forward to having you share the experience of making music with them, and also Brian Groman, our newest faculty member in music, who is an exquisite vocalist. So you will hear a lot of beautiful music. So with that, John, thank you for guiding us and teaching us about health rhythms and helping us all be musicians for the next hour.
Well, thank you very much. I'm John Beck. I am a classically trained percussionist. I was trained to play for people. But with this experience, I can now play with people. And I've come to this in the last 4 to 5 years. I began doing health rhythms, drumming, or drum circle facilitation while I was president of the Percussive Arts Society, which is our professional instrument organization. And I was involved in creating a Rhythm Discovery Center, which is an interactive hands-on museum. The end of the tour is a drum circle. We have a circle of these drums, and everybody plays interactively. So I started taking these drums to the Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis as a community outreach, and the music therapists there encouraged me to continue doing this back here in Winston-Salem. So I gradually got pulled into the drum circle facilitation world, and I really found it tremendously rewarding. Let's look at that word facilitate. The definition of facilitate is to make an action or process easy or easier. This is not about playing great music. This is about experiencing creativity together using the drum. And the drum is such a great medium because everyone can play. In fact, I heard many of you tinkering with the drums and the shakers. It's irresistible. I would like to kind of circle back on a couple of concepts I heard yesterday that relate to what we're going to do. The art mail presentation, the phrase was used, this was a pleasant and productive way to spend time that is not pharmacological. This is. There is no pressure to create something recognizable. That's this experience. In the intergenerational kinder music, music lights up the brain. Absolutely. We are going to be creative together today, and hopefully you'll find this a very stimulating experience. And there was a story about one of the folks at the Williams Center singing Twinkle with one of the kids. This has happened to me as part of a research leave last year. I was volunteering at the Williams Center, seeing how many different areas of the community I could do drum circle facilitation. My main reason for being on leave was to participate in a research project at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center. And actually my co-researcher is here, Dr. Ruth Moskop. Ruth works with the cancer patient support programs as a therapeutic harpist. So she and I are collaborating together using interactive group drumming with stem cell transplant patients who don't feel well enough to come to our weekly drum circles. We're taking this experience into their room, hopefully with the support giver. Is that the correct term? Yeah, the husband, spouse, wife. So we create a little 4-person drum circle in the room. So that I was on research leave to do that. That's an ongoing project. But I was also doing drumming in many different areas of the community. And at the Williams Center, we were playing along to My Girl, the Temptations tune. And the woman next to me, who was completely non-communicative, looked completely not in the moment at all, began to sing and began to sing harmony. It blew me away. There's something about music that works differently in the brain than speech, and I am not a doctor. I don't understand all the science behind this, but we know this works. So this is a really interesting way to do it. We'll be doing some singing as well. Dr. Shaw mentioned, he was discussing biopsychosocial needs of persons with dementia and their care partners. The care partner part of this is absolutely essential. We're bonding as we're playing together, and if we can get a family member involved in this, then there's a different connection and a communication. And finally, the CLIP 2 study mentioned combining weight loss and aerobic training. I'm not going to guarantee anybody's going to lose any weight here, but I guarantee you an aerobic experience while we drum together. So let's get right to the drumming. As was mentioned, this is an evidence-based protocol. Drumming has been around for millennia. Probably it's part of the human experience as far back as we can think. Singing and drumming, making rhythm, creative rhythm. The primary research for this activity was done in 1999 and 2000 by Dr. Barry Bittman, a neurologist, and a music therapist, Christine Stevens. They did a research study with healthy individuals using interactive group drumming, showed all kinds of positive effects. This was actually part of the research that Ruth and I used when we pitched our idea to the hospital. If this works in healthy people, why can't it work in people who are undergoing stem cell transplant? This idea was born with a research study with Hunter Patch Adams, the doctor who Robin Williams played. Barry Bittman was involved in his research partners. They said, laughter is good. Why can't creative music making and the laughter that comes through this be part of that experience? So this was really all born at the same time. I know you can't read that abstract there, but this is evidence-based. And I'm going to show you a little video here. I think Ruth is actually in this picture at the beginning, maybe. So this is our Wake Forest drum circle. Looks like fun, doesn't it? So I've got a bunch of drums up here in the front. We can't create a drum circle the size of this room, but I would encourage those of you that want to try to get in the middle here. There are plenty of drums. We can create kind of a circle around these first two tables. There are drums stationed at every table, so please pull one of those over to your table. If you don't have a drum, we're going to drum on the tables. So if you have a drink near you, put it closer to the center of the table. Grab a drum, pass it around your circle, but if people want to come up to the front here and actually become part of the smaller circle, please do. Just right around the table is fine. In this area is great. One of the tools of the drum circle facilitator is to say, hands up. Everybody put your hands up. That's a way to stop the drumming. Okay, you can put your hands down. So the picture you see on the screen right now is my Wake Forest University Afro-Cuban drumming class. These are all college students. This is their class final out on Manchester Plaza, using much louder drums than we're going to use today. Those drums that you see in the plaza are the ancestors of these drums. They're called djembes. They have goatskin heads. Doctors don't like me to bring those in the hospital for obvious reasons. So the Remo company designed these tubano drums, which are just tubes with special soft plastic heads. We can sanitize these. They're wonderful for this kind of activity. So that would be a more typical drum circle if any of you have been to Asheville and experienced the drum circle there on Fridays and Saturdays. This is born from that experience, but the protocol that we use is very much scripted to bring whoever's doing it into the experience with an on-ramping of exploring the drum. There's some guided visualization as part of this. We're not going to go through all of that. I'm just going to give you a sampler of what this is about. I want to tell you a little story about these two folks. There are a few of you that have very bright colored drums like those. This is a drum circle out in California. The gentleman on the right was coming with his wife on the left, and this became part of their community. The drum circle was an important part of their week. He passed away. She continued to come to the drum circle because it was so important to her to be part of that drum family. So it became a lifestyle for them to creatively make music. It wasn't about music performance, it was about the group. So this guy on the left, that's my dad. He's 85. He fell down the steps at Christmas time this year, had a brain bleed, and was quite frankly lucky to be alive. So while he was in rehab, I brought him one of these drums. I also brought him drumsticks. He was very concerned that he was not going to be able to play. He's a professional percussionist like myself. He was very relieved to know that his hands still worked. He still had his rhythm, even though he couldn't remember what day it was, couldn't remember all that stuff that you're asked in rehabilitation. So his occupational therapist said, well, this drumming thing is kind of new to me. Why don't you try teaching one of the patients and let me see what this is all about. I think this was a two-way street. The fellow on the right there couldn't communicate at all verbally. He smiled a lot, was reported to me, but I think for my dad, this was his way of regaining normal life, being a teacher. And I'm going to just play you something. This is 2 weeks ago to show you how he regained his function. And this is what I was trained to do, the kind of playing that you'll see here in this next video. I'm playing the timpani, and these are two of his former students. He's over there in the far left. Playing the djembe, the kind of drum that we're going to be playing, this style of hand drumming. So he got a standing ovation for all of that fast moving he was doing. And we were just thrilled to see that he still had his rhythm. And that's his phrase, keep doing what you do for as long as you can do it. So we're going to explore the drum now, and we're going to get you playing some hand drums or play your table. So the first thing that we'll typically do in a Health Rhythms experience is to make raindrops on the drum. Kind of tickle the drum head with your fingers or tickle the table with your fingers. So we're creating vibration in the room. Feels pretty good. You can rub the drum. So we can make percussion sound by striking or scraping. You can use your fingernails. That's a little more like a hurricane. You can use your fists and rumble on the drum. It's kind of like a drum massage. I'd like everybody to hum. Feel your entire body shake. Let's go back to our raindrops. So for those of you that work with seniors, hopefully you're already seeing the benefits. We're doing a little exercise here. Now I'm going to start playing a rhythm on my drum. And I want you to see if you can find a rhythm on your table or your drum that fits with this. There are no right notes or wrong notes. If it feels good, it is good. Great. So to stop all this, I'm going to count backwards from 4. Keep playing. And when I close my fist, play one big loud note. Not too hard on the tables, though. Don't hurt yourself. Like a big exclamation point. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Back to the beat. You're experts. Nice. If you don't know what to play, we can play the rhythm of food. I know some of you like pizza. Let's play the rhythm of the words cheese, pizza. 1 note, 2 notes. Here we go. Play cheese, pizza, cheese, pizza. Beautiful. How about pepperoni pizza? 1, 2, here we go. Pepperoni pizza. One, 2, back to the beat. Play anything you want. How about some dessert? Let's try apple pie. Apple pie. Apple pie. Now 3 apples. Apple, apple, apple pie. Apple pie. 3 apples. Let's try peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter. 3. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter, peanut. If you like huckleberries, we can do that. Huckleberry pie. Huckleberry pie. Can we go faster? Huckleberry pie, huckleberry pie, huckleberry, huckleberry, huckleberry pie. 3 more. Huckleberry pie, huckleberry pie. Faster. Huckleberry, huckleberry, huckleberry pie. Huckleberry pie, huckleberry pie, huckleberry, huckleberry, huckleberry. 1 more. Huckleberry pie, huckleberry pie. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Excellent. Give yourselves a hand. So before we calm down, our heart rates are elevated, we're breathing faster, we're exercising. It's not running a marathon, but we're definitely exercising, and we're being creative at the same time, so our brains are lighting up with music. Part of this experience can be a call and response, and this is part of the West African tradition. So we're going to start another drum beat, and I'm going to sing a Nigerian welcome song to you. Very simple. The words are Funga, Lafia, Ashe, Ashe. Some of you may know this. For those that don't know it, but are football fans, this happens every Saturday. You have a game out here. when we hear, wake, forest, wake, forest. It's the call and response back and forth brings us together. And that's part of what happens in funga. So we're going to start a rhythm here, and I'll sing it, and we're going to play around with that a little bit, call and response. So let's try a new groove. Funga lafia, ashe, ashe. Funga lafia, ashe, ashe. Funga lafia, ashe, ashe. Funga lafia, ashe, ashe. Now, I'm going to say funga, and you play back ashe to me. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Funga lafia. Funga lafia. Funga lafia. Funga lafia. Now let's play the rhythm of those words. Funga lafia. Ashe, ashe. Funga lafia. Ashe, ashe. Funga lafia. Nice. Funga lafia. Ashe. Back to the beat. Funga lafia. Ashe, ashe. Funga lafia. Now just ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Beautiful. Thank you for the harmony. So as part of a traditional drum circle, we'll start with something like that, and then I will play a rhythm, and the group will play back to me. So let's try that. It's call and response, but rhythmic. So I'm going to play a very short rhythm, and just Simon says right back to me. Excellent. So I'm gonna have Christina choose me as somebody to do the call, somebody that you think would be very uncomfortable or not a performer. So Danny, there are no right rhythms here. The only rule to this is you got to keep it short so we can remember your rhythm. We play. Excellent. Thank you. Let's give him a hand. Now, if you watch Danny's face, the response you got, it's pretty cool, isn't it? When everybody plays back to you, that puts you in control. So when I do this in pediatric behavioral health, and a kid who might have been abused is in there, and all of a sudden they're in charge, it's not the nurse or the doctor or whoever was abusing them is in charge, they are in control, it's magic. Whenever I do this, I have a trained rec therapist, licensed physicians. I am not a music therapist. What I do has some therapeutic value, but I need to have a trained professional with me. But what I observe is that it's absolutely magical for the kids. So we're going to try something here. This is the first time ever Seniorchestra. So I've shown you what this HealthRHYTHMS thing is about. We're going to try to blow this up and use other instrumentalists and see what kind of music we can create together. Again, this is a facilitation of an experience. It's not about good or bad. It's about creating in the moment. So I'm going to have my colleagues come up, and we're going to have Dr. Robinson, a real trained conductor, be our leader. I'm going to go to the back, and I'm going to use anchor drummer. And then we're going to see what we can create musically. This is a brand new experience, so you are the premier Seniorchestra in the United States.
Seniorchestra, just to let everybody know before Brandon starts conducting us, comes out of a tradition in London with the London Philharmonic. They started a group called Strochestra, which brought musicians from the London Phil together with facilities where patients were coming for outpatient experiences after having a stroke. And they were using music making, much like we're going to do now, to help them rehabilitate. And there were studies that showed that this happened faster and with much joy. So we are not sitting in the room post-stroke, but we are sitting in the room as human beings. So we're going to try what we are naming the first Winston-Salem Seniorchestra. You're all members, okay? We're all members of Seniorchestra. And we wanted to just let everybody know that this is something we can do in Winston-Salem. So if you are a clinician in the room, if you are a researcher, or if you are someone who would like to do this, we want to let you know that you have people who want to make music with you.
So like John said, my name is Dr. Brandon Robbins. I'm the Associate Director of Bands at Wake Forest. And congratulations, you've all made the drum line for the fall. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. If any of you do have eligibility, let me know. We're going to do some of the things that John talked about, some call and response. We're all going to play together. First of all, I want to make sure everybody understands what kinds of instruments you do have. So, what we have in front of us, there are striking instruments. So, if you got an instrument that you strike that down, please. That is excellent. That's excellent. If you have an instrument that you shake, please shake that down. Very good. If you have an instrument that you scrape, please scrape that out. Very nice. Okay, if you have an instrument that's made out of wood, and you may fall under a couple of these categories. So if you have an instrument made out of wood, please play that down. Very nice. Some sort of drum, play that down. And again, it could be your table. Very good, thank you. And then a shaker. Oh, we've got a shaker. Okay, so, yes, if you got a shaker, go ahead and shake that. Excellent. All right, so we're going to do this in a variety of things. So, one of the things that Johnny mentioned earlier was control. Everybody raise your right hand. Very good. Everybody except Louie, lower your right hand. Okay, Louie, you're going to stand there. You're going to sit there for the remainder of this project with your right hand in the air. Thank you, Louie. Okay, John's going to... I'm kidding, Louie. Put your hand up. John, go ahead and start your beat. Okay, if we can have our pros, our music faculty, everyone join us now. If you're in the music faculty or in fine arts, go ahead and join us now. Now, while they're vamping, I'm going to call a specific group out, and then I'm going to hit the cowbell 4 times to count you off, and then that next group will come in. So if you play the shakers, when I count you off, you're going to join these guys. 1, 2, ready, go. Shakers. Anything you want, but try to fit within the beat and vary it. Louie, put your right hand in the air. There you go. That's good, Louie. Hand down. Okay, when I count you down, shakers are going to stop, and we're going to continue the band. 1, 2, shakers, stop. Very good. Now, if you play any kind of drum, you're going to join us next. I'll count you off. 1, 2, ready, drum. And be creative with the rhythms. One of the things we do in dynamics, in music, is we play dynamics. And a conductor gives you this kind of gesture. We're going to play softer, so bring it down. Now we're going to bring it up. Loud. Now we're going to add to this. We're going to add to this, so continue. If you strike something, you're going to join us. But I want you to strike it in a very simple way. Just give us a specific kind of beat, just kind of a straight quarter notes. 1, 2, ready, go. So we got that continued pulse going. Good. Okay, if you've got shakers or scrapes, you're going to join us. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, I'm going to count you down, and just our pros, just our music department folks play. 1, 2, ready, and. We're going to have John and Jackie only. John and Jackie only. 1, 2, ready, and. Now if you play the shakers, join them. 1, 2, ready, go. I'm going to play a rhythm, and I want everybody else to repeat the rhythm. We're going to do a little call and response to everybody else. Okay, that groove continue going. We're going to bring the groove down. John, you continue to play loud. Everybody else, bring it down. Everybody join. Bring it down. Bring it down. Okay, now when I call the instrument out, you're going to play loud, everybody else is going to play soft. Okay, so we're going to kind of vary the dynamics. Shakers, 2, ready, go. Shakers are loud, everything else is soft. Drums, next is going to be drums. Sticks, 2, ready, sticks are loud, everything else is soft. Everybody's still playing though. If you scrape something, go. Scrape it loud, everything's soft. If you have wood, play it loud. Ready, go. And everybody soft? Okay, my colleague Brian is going to do some call and response vocally with everybody while you're still playing softly. So Brian, do some call and response with everybody, please. performance, I'll give a musician's gratitude to Brian. The way we do that, since we're using face and hands, you just kind of stomp your feet a little bit. Kind of shuffle your feet and say, good job, good job. Yep, it's on carpet, Brian. Trust me, they're saying good job. Okay, I'm going to count you down, and we're going to give a big hit off one, and we're done for the practice part. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and up. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay. In our world, that was our practice. Okay? I don't mean to inflate your egos, but that was really good. I might be as bold to say that that's the best seniorchestra that I've ever been a part of. So, now we are going to do our performance. Okay? If you do well, your bosses are going to give you a raise. Okay? Christina said, you can email her with questions or concerns about that issue. All right. So now we're going to do the first ever performance of Seniorchestra. We're going to start with our colleague John Bay. Louis, raise your right hand, please. Your right hand. All right, John. Add violin, 2, ready, and. Add soprano sax. Add Louis. Brian. 1, 2, ready, and. All shakers. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, drums are going to be next. When the drums come in, shakers stop. 3, 4, drums. Add scrapers, ready, and. Everybody use the table only, ready, go. Be creative in the rhythms. Women only, women only. Oh, you're much better than the men. Men, 2, ready, go. Physicians and doctors only, go. Add nurses. 1, 2, ready, add nurses. We have an AARP table. 2, ready, and. Everybody, 1, 2, loud, and... We're going to count it down with the music faculty still continuing. 1, 2, music faculty only. Here we're going to take the voices away at a time and Brian's out. And Louie's out. Violin's out. And shakers only. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good.
Thank you, Brandon. That was awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Seniorchestra. Okay. In 2.5 minutes, we are moving to elder law. So now that you are all amped up and ready with your rhythmic ears ready, we're delighted to introduce Charlie Sabatino. My colleague Kate Mawhinney is going to come up and do that. In the meantime, though, we're going to just move the drums to one central area if we can. And to let you know, these sticks on the table are for you to take home. The other instruments are not, however. Those belong to John. So the sticks are yours. The other instruments, please just leave in the center so at the break, John can come and collect those. And so once that's quieted down, Kate, if you can come up and introduce Charlie, please. Thank you.